starting green so far.
What services again are you
high
doing?
System CPU, but it's in the red. It's always not the best. It's this Wirecast thing.
Wait, what? Your CPU is in the red? You got your...
Yeah, it's pretty high up.
Oh,
I wonder
boy.
if I close out of some of... it's still...
See what all you got open.
Yeah.
You big shooter Mac? Can't take it. Can't take it.
Can't take it. Well, maybe I'll close out of Twitch or something.
My CPU is running at 21%.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow... Oh, I have BattleNet open. Whoops.
Well, it's better now. Just make sure to close out of everything that I can here.
Skype's probably taking up most of my CPUs. Actually, Google Chrome is pretty much... Google Chrome has been a memory hog lately.
Now it's orange.
What is this Blizzard update agent? Oh, not left.
Now it's red. What the heck?
Oh, I've got a lot of processes open. I don't like that. Well,
can't win.
It's not really bogging it down.
I just can't win, can I? Like, why does it have to be red now? Why does it have to be red?
Because you're maxing it out.
Yeah, but...
If you switch from Google to Safari, does that show you any kind of difference? Google usually takes up a lot of crap lately. Become more bloat lately.
Yeah, I could try that.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I've been hearing lately, that Safari on a Mac, obviously it's only on a Mac now. It used to be on PC, but not anymore. They've been a little bit better at the, at least memory, basic Twitch.
Yeah.
Have you been able to do...
Part of it, I think, is because I'm trying to... like, everything. I don't know.
Skype takes up a lot. For a hangout, or not that I need anything open. I don't have a problem.
It seemed to work
What?
when I didn't stream to Twitch.
I want to learn Windows.
Back in the orange. Try just reducing the size of this window. If I reduce this window size by half or something, maybe. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh. How many Blizzard agents do I have open right now? I don't like this.
All the Blizzard agents. All of them.
I'm going balls out on my end tasks right now.
There you go.
That's right. Oh, I might open that back up again, I bet. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So
interesting. Now, why did this...
As
soon as I did that, the stream was like, green.
Yeah. I mean, good or bad?
Well, if I can just adjust this.
I can just do it.
If I can just do it.
He's the most popular kid in high school.
Yeah. Alright,
search index, I like that.
Search and destroy.
Takes up so much. Oh, I've been test manager in a while.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, Google Chrome is taking up, is it a gig in memory? Not that it matters, but... I should open. Firefox, I hear, is coming back.
Coming back.
Hey, Mr. Pretty. Who's Mr. Pretty? I'm a good boy.
I have it on the screen right now. Reset position. Where's this is the thing? Where's the thing? Tony?
What?
I don't know.
What?
Edit shot. Oh, wait.
Mr.
I know.
Pretty.
I know what to do. I think.
I got my sister's dog for a week.
Configure.
His name is Max, but I call him Mr. Pretties.
Mr. Pretties.
It's because I call Sammy Pretties all the time. He pees on everything, though. I gotta watch that guy.
Uh-oh.
Watch that guy. That guy.
Actually, he did pee in the very room I'm in right now, maybe 2 weeks ago, and right underneath the chair I'm sitting in right now. Yeah!
Good job. Good job. Dog.
That's terrible.
Just terrible. Okay.
Terrible.
Come on to something here, maybe. I might be on.
So we're just about done?
Yep.
Oh, that was great, guys.
That was a great way to stay in shape. Almost there.
Oh, yeah.
Almost there, I think.
I don't know if I'll be able to play a game of Hearthstone right now, because I'm doing an XP boost this time. Usually during an XP boost, when you're mad or someone.
Yeah.
I'm usually playing a game of Hearthstone. Oh, good times.
Good times, yeah. What do you think? Yep.
Oh, Heroes of the Storm. Oh, I don't think I can get away with it.
Good times. Good times.
It's already on. Oh boy.
Just do Facebook. That's where everybody goes, right? Is that what? Or am I out of the loop? I'm getting old and I don't care anymore about the social stuff. Well, not that I really ever did
Tony
care.
loves it.
Yeah. Well, you're the one who probably is in the know more than anyone, Shane. I don't know, you got the Insta chats and the Google Hangouts and the Facebooks. Well, I still do Facebook.
Who's it's in the what's it's?
Who's it's and the what's it's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got stuff going on here now. Yeah.
Are you in the red?
Wait, now why is the live one being weird for you guys?
You know, we could turn off our videos. Would that help you?
No.
Or you could turn off our videos.
No, Tony.
We could just do an audio. I don't know.
It's working.
Thinking
It's working. Just. There we go. That's the button I was looking for. Okay, now we play the waiting game.
Seriously, what are we waiting for?
Yes.
You know.
Oh, you're looking at. Say that again. Start a sentence with
You know. Okay, we're only at 87% now. 80, 85, 84. Okay. Stream,
Is it stable?
Stream is
at that?
green. Stream is green so far. 89.
Are we
84.
We live?
We might be live in a couple places. I gotta tell Facebook to go live here. So
What's your upload speed?
well, right now it is a mere I don't remember. 45 maybe. 45
Go to
but
fast.com.
but don't worry.
45.
You worry not. I will be switching in March.
He's not on Spectrum, Richard. Let's get him.
I was just gonna say 45. No, is that 45 up?
No.
No,
No.
not up.
What are you doing? What are you doing 40? What are you doing for up?
I don't know offhand.
You need Spectrum.
But soon, I'm telling you, man, it's part of my plan. Just as soon as my contract is up.
It's 100 by 10. Well, they'll buy you out. They'll buy your contract out.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Why wait? Why wait it out?
Well, will they do
Hungry?
it on
Why
a
wait?
past person though? Because he used to
Yeah.
be with Spectrum.
Absolutely, I do it every day.
Time one.
I do it every day.
Oh, there you go.
They'll
That's
buy you out. They'll get you back.
All right. Well,
But yeah,
I mean,
dude,
either
like,
way,
they
it's not much longer.
They
Either way.
start at 100 by 10.
Yeah. At this rate, I don't know. It's next month, so it's not that far.
And I actually had one guy.
Are you in a contract, Shane? I didn't know you were in a contract.
Supposedly.
Oh.
If you really want it, we actually have 400 now.
Oh,
I saw commercials for that.
Yeah, you can get 400 by 50 if you want it.
nice.
It's like 25. It's only 25 bucks more. I mean, if you really want it, for 25 bucks more, that's not bad.
I must be using a lot of bandwidth right now because I'm getting like 1.9 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going live. Doing it
All right.
live. Punch it.
My upload is almost 10.
Oh wait, that's right. I have to make
Yeah,
sure.
I'm getting
I actually hear
10.
myself. I'm gonna test this.
10.5 up.
Where's the cool music?
Making sure I can hear my voice. Where's all the?
You know, if you do in a,
make
I'm
sure.
getting just
I'm
Google
getting to hear
10.
myself.
Google's
I'm gonna test this.
10.5 up.
Where's the cool music?
Making sure I can.
What's happening? I'm hearing a lot of stuff. You know, if you do in a,
There we go. Perfect.
Ooh.
oh boy, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Chicago. If you just
There we
type
go.
speed test in a Google search, then Google has their own speed test that you can do. There's also that speedtest.net. Oh, all right, now I'm back up, but
Speed test.
no,
That's a good one.
yeah, I'm doing this one now. This one I'm got 62 down, and we're going with 10. Yeah, I'm at 10 up, 10-1, 10-3, 10
10-4.
And
Worker there, buddy.
so 10-6, 10.
Breaker 19.
There you go. So yeah, that's my. Maybe I'll talk about that at my current speed. And
Yeah, breaker 1.9 for 10.
Today's internet speed.
Why is that still? What the heck? What? Why is that not updated?
What are we talking about right now?
That stupid background hasn't updated yet. What the heck? Or that overlay. Man, this program is terrible.
Is this the first time you're using this program?
No, it's not. But it still has the Shane, Tony, Matt on there.
Oh.
What the heck? What a piece of crap.
That's terrible.
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 Okay.
All right, what else do you guys want to talk about?
I'm just going to try to add it again here.
You're going to win, Shane. You and your big shooter MacBook Pro. Yeah.
What the heck?
I did check it. It does work.
Yeah, it's working. It's just that
we are live.
The template is just.
It still shows me as Matt though.
That's so weird.
Ooh.
Like nothing.
You know what? Can we switch Matt to me, and then Richard can be Tony? How does that sound?
I've got jokes. I can tell jokes.
Yeah, jokes.
Yay, the Olympics. Google's little whatever graphic on their homepage. I just clicked the play button.
Okay.
Whoa!
What is that?
Fire out.
What is that? Let's try this.
It's a bear.
Nope, still being a piece of crap.
I can share on Twitter, I can email, I can search, I can replay, and I can more doodles. What does that mean? Oh yeah, they got a lot of doodles. Doodles.
I guess I'll try to I'll try to change this to a JPEG or something. I don't know.
I can see your doodle. Yeah.
Say I can see your doodle.
No, I'll do the speedtest.net and we'll go and we'll see about that one. Doing the speed test.
It is remarkable how many technologies we have issues we have on a technology podcast. It is just straight up insane.
Click go. I don't have to go twice. Go.
I didn't say we're good at it.
Yeah.
We like technology, but we're not good at it.
Technology, Community High School District 128, Libertyville. What? Can't we get something closer than Illinois?
I'm gonna at least share this to my page again, quick.
I'm good at a bow staff.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, it sounded like so that's Kip, or no, that's Napoleon, but it's supposed to. It actually sounded a lot like this guy from that old Day of the Tentacle video game I had.
Tentacle.
His name was Hoagie. I'm Hoagie.
Shane wants a hoagie.
All right, I just need to swap this, and then that'll be it.
Did you win, Shane? Did you win?
I made stuff happen. Yay!
Yay for Shane and his winning abilities at life-ish.
No, not yet, actually.
Life-ish.
Pyeongchang. Is that how you say it? Pyeongchang?
There we go. Got it.
Pyeongchang. Shane, say that.
Pyeongchang?
Pyeongchang.
I don't even know if that's right.
We're going to go with it. Everybody knows. Pyeongchang.
Richard?
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm here.
What do you say?
Do you notice? Can you say Pyeongchang? Is that how it is for the Winter Olympics?
Pyeongchang.
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 All
right, let's not get too crazy with the accents.
Oh yeah, we're live. You're right. I'm just trying to say it where I don't want to be offensive to others.
Then just don't say it.
Sounds great. Sounds great. We got one viewer now. I'm just gonna pause.
The Winter Olympics in that one place in South Korea.
Yeah.
That's what I could say. No, I don't know. That's right.
I'm gonna just shrink this window down because this video is kind of big right now too.
Whoa, no far away. Oh my god. Live stream schedules. Ooh, let's look at that.
Okay.
The Olympics!
Yay for the Olympics!
Okay.
I'm not on NBC's site right now. I'm just, I don't know, for some reason decided to say that. Ooh, live figure skating.
The 2008 Winter Olympics brought to you by Reese's. I don't know. Oh, I do.
Do you have Reese's, Shane? Can I have a couple?
Actually.
No way! You do!
I wonder why it was on my mind. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got these. I got way too much food again.
What else you got? What else you got back there?
Just, well, besides...
Whip it out.
That Wendy's Asiago chicken sandwich, and then those 2 bars, and then drinks, and I had a Frosty also, and some fries, and man, what's wrong with me, Tony?
I know. If I wasn't...
I don't know.
I felt crappy last night. I would have done the pizza. I would have.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Wait, yeah, why didn't we?
I did. Well,
yeah.
I was just like, I wanted to get home. I was tired. That cigar really put me under. I don't usually do that.
Yeah, don't smoke, kids. All right, I think we are finally ready to get the show on the road. What do you guys think, huh?
Yeah. There's an internet server, or there's a cable company called Wow.
Really?
I'm just looking at all the ones you can click on, just to, yeah.
I thought I changed.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
Oh, here we go. Another hour and a half.
I thought I changed the date. I thought I changed the date in here already. I swear I did.
Here we go.
That's weird. Oh, wait, I just forgot to change the year. Got it.
Bobsledding.
Got it. Count it.
Count it.
All right, ready to go. Let's do this thing. All right.
All right, yeah.
And
Let's do it, G. Willikers.
We're going to win it live.
And in 3, 2, 1.
Tech Bees.
Hello and welcome back to Techies, the podcast about simplifying our lives one gadget at a time. This is episode 77 for Sunday, February, however you want to say it, 11th, 2018. I'm Shane, and as per the usual, we have also here with us Tony.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. Not too bad. I got up late today, so it's been pretty uneventful so far.
Sounds great.
What about you?
I kind of got up a little early. I couldn't sleep much.
Gotcha.
And some more snow came, which is, well...
Oh, yeah, that also took up part of my day, I suppose. Like an hour or whatever. Manual shoveling and stuff.
Manual shoveling.
But we also have a returning special guest today, Mr. Richard Webster. Richard, what is going on?
Richard. Dude,
Richard.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. glad you made it back here. Oh, I forgot to mention.
Absolutely.
Matt is on assignment. I forgot to mention that. Yep. But glad you could make it back here.
I got some big shoes to fill.
Oh, well, yeah, it's actually... yeah, but no, I don't know. Yes, but no. But I'm not, you guys are both great. You're both great. I'm not trying to say one's better than the other.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Woohoo! Yeah.
All right.
Tony?
I'm not drinking anything. I got nothing in front of me right now.
Richard?
Yes. I have some pure leaf unsweet tea.
Ooh, I do get that every once in a while.
Nice. Well, you guys can take your pick. I've got usual.
Oh, here we go. Shane has to have at least 3 beverages. Go on.
Usual. And within this maple flavored... It's weird. It looks like the name of this beer... And maybe I had this once before. It looks like the name of it's Kristen, but it's actually... It says... So it's Lakefront, and it says Kristen,
Ooh.
but then it also says made a smoked maple Weizenbach, ale brewed with maple syrup. But it actually tastes like bacon. It really tastes like bacon.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
that sounds
good.
Amazing. It's kind of, interesting with you getting that beer and you liking it, despite the fact that you
It's
hate
like
bacon.
a country breakfast.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, right. That's more the texture of bacon I don't appreciate as much. I don't know, but I do.
What was the first thing in the cup you said? I didn't hear that part.
It's just wine. It's just the usual wine.
Oh, usual wine and beer.
Yep.
That's
You bet.
nice. Sounds amazing.
Don't drink, kids. All right.
It's bad for your liver.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
News.
Who needs spectacles? Snap this tiny camera onto your own sunglasses for less. PogoCam is a tiny camera that magnetically attaches to any pair of glasses. Well, that's not even true, but I don't know why they put that in the subtext there, but this is according to CNET. And so PogoCam is they say it's chapstick-sized, container chapstick. I think it actually looks a little smaller than that personally, but it's a camera that snaps onto glasses or sunglasses and stores up to or about 100 pictures or 2 minutes of continuous 720p video. The camera snaps onto a magnetic strip embedded into the arm of the frames. They are expected to cost around $150, which is about 20 more than the Snapchat Spectacles, which I wasn't too familiar with personally, though you'll likely pay double for those since the easiest way to get them is through online resellers. That's referring to the Snapchat Spectacles. That you'll apparently most likely pay more for those. Unfortunately, PogoCam is only compatible with frames with their partner brands, which a couple they listed were Argus and Foster Grant, but will ship with a pair of sunglasses of your choosing. You'll also need to remove the device from your glasses in order to actually share your photos. You have to put it into one of these Bluetooth-enabled cases. But then from there, you can go ahead and share to multiple sources, but what you're not able to do then, because you have to remove it, is to do any kind of live streaming. So my thing with these is they look a heck of a lot slicker than like Google Glass did at the time. So I like it in that sense because it does mostly blend into the frame of the glasses. But I don't really think it's something that I would really be interested in. I get it, like they showed, and I remember seeing in the sort of promo video for this that, they showed where like a kid starts taking his first steps or something and he's got them on right away and just is able to take it. Like that's kind of cool for something like that. Like they're handy, but I mean, I don't usually wear glasses anyway, so doesn't really work for me, I guess. If you're already wearing frames, sure, why not? But you can learn more about this at pogotech.com. That's POGOTEC.com. So Richard, is this anything that you have any interest in remotely by chance?
I mean, I'm totally about videoing. I mean, I've got 4 kids and I got one on the way. So I'm constantly having the camera out, videoing pictures. But honestly, I think we're beyond this kind of like tech. I mean, I think that for what it is, I don't know. Shouldn't we get more than 2 minutes of video out of it for even the size? To me, to be something the size of a chapstick, man, you should be able to at least throw like a 32 or 64 gig micro SD in it and be able to, get a couple, maybe an hour or two out of it. Right. It just seems like we should be beyond this stage in technology.
Right.
To the masses.
And I will say, I believe this was a Kickstarter type of project, so I'm sure it was tough getting off the ground, and they don't have as much money kind of backing them up as a big corporation or something. So maybe that has something to do with the lack of storage space. But yeah, I guess you got to start somewhere.
For its size, you should have definitely been able to put a micro SD in that. Make it a little flatter, a little wider. Throw a micro SD in there, and then that'd be something I might be interested in.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, maybe sooner or later, if they sell enough of these things, that could be a possibility, I suppose.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tony? Are you gonna use one of these?
I do wear glasses, but I don't know. I just like anytime you see and I think Google got crap for this too, where like the whole term of glass hole came from, like. You've seen somebody with glasses on with a camera on it, and then you're like, "Oh my God, are you taking my picture now? Are you taking my video?" There's that privacy, or that obtrusion of just like what's happening? Where are you taking my images, or are you doing this kind of either without my consent, or should I be worried? Just and maybe you said this, I don't know, but what's the demographic of the customer for this? Who would be using this? Is this someone who wants to go GoPro but doesn't have GoPro money? Is that kind of the thing, or?
I see middle age, honestly.
Okay.
I don't see millennials wearing something like this. They got. Yeah. I honestly see middle age, 40s and up, maybe. I mean, like with the kids, I see definitely like tourists or people with kids, maybe. But I don't see anybody wearing this daily.
Right. Yeah, not daily. You'd have to do it for a little bit because, you're not getting much, what you said, with the storage. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe someone, I don't know if you spent, how much was it, 150?
Yep.
What I saw? I don't know. And then what is Snapchat spectacles? What is, I don't even know. I've heard of those. Is that what is being compared to? Or does that just go right to Snapchat?
Yeah, that's at least what CNET was comparing it to. And I suppose.
And does that have more storage or anything?
That I don't know. I am not. I am not versed in the Snapchat spectacles at all, honestly. So
spectacles.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you got me to 1080 with a 10 or 12 megapixel,
let's make a deal.
And a really good frame with a micro SD, I'll buy it for sure. 100% I'd buy it.
Nice. All right, there you go. Sure.
There you go. 10 seconds
Get on that,
for your
Pogo.
perspective, hands-free. 10 to 30 seconds is spectacles, or the Snapchat spectacles. So it's sort of similar. I don't know. I'm just quickly going through their little website, but I don't know what their storage is.
Yeah, but it's going to allow you to put a large SD in there. If you're going to restrict it to like 32 gigs, like forget it.
Yep, gotcha. Alrighty, well, Tony, what are you talking about this evening?
Oh yes, let's get to my thing. That's right. I'm talking today. All right, mine's from PC Mag, and it's how to watch the 2018 Winter Olympics online. And this pretty much just went through, different, whether you have different devices or streaming services, kind of that route. It didn't really go over like the main point is if you have like a TV with an antenna, you can watch the Olympics on NBC for free if you at least have those devices. You don't have to subscribe to anything, but other than that, if you want to go through, your phone or, over the internet or, an Apple TV or something like that, these are kind of the ways to do it. And the first one is, NBCOlympics.com, which is obviously through your computer. And NBC is the official network of the games, and they paid $4 billion. I don't know when they paid, but just to get the rights to do that through 2020. And this basically, you can see everything. You can see it on demand. You can see the highlights. You can watch whatever's going on live, and also replay. Anything like that. And this is going to be consistent. You need to already have a cable subscription through some sort of service, whether that be Spectrum or Comcast or whoever you might have it with. But paywall will come up. You'll have to go there. But I went there right now, NBCOlympics.com, and they will give you like a half hour. I just clicked on live, and they'll give you like a half hour before you have to put credentials in. So nice. You can kind of watch. You get a little something. So and I still kind of have it going in the background there. So they'll give you a little something there.
That is sure a hefty price tag too. Dang, $4 billion.
Yeah, $4 billion, and it's worldwide.
$4 billion.
Shows a lot of advertisements. Yeah. The next thing is kind of what I did last night or the night before, because Kay wanted to see, and I kind of did for a little bit, just to see what the opening ceremony was, and that was NBC Sports app, and they're on like iOS and Android and Windows devices, and I did download it, on my Apple TV, but again, boom, you need
boom.
Oh, yeah, you need a subscription of a cable subscription. I should also mention that it's on Roku, Comcast, Amazon Fire, and the Xbox too, and also Samsung Smart TV.
Xbox One only?
Xbox.
I would imagine.
Oh yeah,
maybe
well
not.
that's it. The Xbox. This article said. So I'm sure it's
Also
either
written
The
by-
Xbox.
Written by 40 to...
Make sure you don't get the knockoff version.
Yeah, I'm sure there's one out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And then also what I didn't know is there's also NBC Sports has VR. There's going to be some I don't know exactly what's showing, but there's going to be some events showing for virtual reality. And I went to NBC's Olympics website just to kind of get a little bit more, and I guess they're partnering with Intel to provide this content for VR. And there's over 50 hours of live VR coverage, or there will be if there isn't yet. And it's the different headsets could be Windows Mixed Reality, the Samsung Gear VR, the Oculus, and then if you don't have a headset, you can kind of use the Google Cardboard. Also, there's the Daydream. That's also a headset. And then you can download the apps, whether on your. I know you have Google or you have the Cardboard chain. I know you tried this. You can maybe do this if you download the iOS.
What is Daydream
app? Daydream is Google's version of VR. It's either a platform or it's a service or it's an app. I'm not exactly sure, but I know it's something with Google. Mm-hmm. And of course, that'll after you download the app, then you also have to put in your subscription of something.
Credentials. Okay.
What's that?
Nothing.
But yeah, I think they were talking. I don't know if snowboarding or figure skating were a couple of them that you should be able to see in like the VR. So it'd be kind of cool just to see it. Just like kind of look around with your head. I'm guessing it's 360 or 180. I think it depends. I think there was a couple options for there on their website. And then the next one was Sling TV, which I know this was a box at one point that kind of switched more to a service. So it's almost, I think, yeah, it's almost like a, I don't want to say it's like Hulu, but it's almost like it provides content kind of like Hulu maybe did in its earlier days. I know Hulu's like farther up there now. Mm-hmm. But the Sling Blue customers can watch the Olympics on their computers, mobile devices, set-top boxes, and gaming consoles, but they didn't really specify which ones. So I'm guessing probably anything where you can download the app for. But then they kind of talked about people that lived in certain cities have access to all live NBC coverage, and they listed a whole bunch of cities. I didn't really want to list them all right here. But I'm not too sure if the Sling Blue customers are only in those cities, or like if I mean, my city it wasn't in here. But if I sign up for Sling TV as a Blue customer, I'm guessing I still have access to these games. But I'm not too sure. They really didn't go into that too much.
It looks like you can still get the Sling box. By the way.
Oh yeah. Actually, I remember setting one of those up for one of our friends.
Yeah, it looks like there's 4 different models right now. And then it's weird that maybe Sling TV is on a separate website. It does say also that Dish Network must own them at the bottom. I noticed.
Oh, interesting.
They definitely have some affiliation. I think Sling definitely made the right choice going to more of a service base.
Yeah.
A lot of people are, a lot of people cutting the cord, right? So they don't have a service to Sling, to a device.
Exactly.
And, so it was very smart for them to switch gears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, it's weird. That is a separate website. Sling.com is Sling TV, and then slingbox.com is for the Sling box. Is it actually the same, you think, or is it?
Oh, I kind of by the name I made the assumption.
I did too. Unless one bought the other at some point, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything offhand that suggests one or the other. But
yeah. But yeah, that's and then the last thing was there's hundreds of hours of events will be split across CNBC, NBC-CN, or SN, NBC-SN, and USA, and will be available to all Sling Blue customers.
How many MSN?
I think there's just different networks in there. So.
I guess.
And then the last one was what?
I don't know. It just reminded me of, like all the like MSNBC, CNBC, NBC, SN.
Oh yeah.
Like holy cow.
I'm sure there's a lot of them. Yeah.
ASDF. JKL semicolon.
That's my favorite one. Yeah, by far.
So then the last one that they had on this article was Hulu with live TV, and the subscribers get all of NBC's coverage with the $39.99 monthly service, which that kind of sounds a little bit up there. But I mean, if you're that can be a different day story about cutting the cord versus not. But so you do get a lot of that with that. So you can watch on anything that Hulu's on. That's basically on everything: the consoles, Anything from your Apple TV to I don't know if it's on a Fire Stick or anything like that. I would think so. It's on. Those are pretty much on everything. And then your mobile devices, I know it's on like your iOS device too. And then if you're not too sure on that, they'll give you I know Hulu does give you a 1 week free trial to see what service you might like with that. So if you want to go with that or not. It sounds like if your cheapest option is if you got a TV and again an HD antenna and you can get to NBC, you're good to go. But I suppose you are limited to back in the 10 to 20 years ago, maybe more 20 years ago, when you could just watch it live in your area and you didn't have the instant replays, you didn't have the on-demand that a lot of the internet provides you with now that we kind of take for granted with a lot of services. So that's kind of how you have it right now. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys even like the Olympics? Do you guys watch it?
I don't really, honestly. My wife Angie gets into it, but I don't. I mean, I'll watch it if she wants to watch it, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. I'll watch it if it's on at a bar. I mean, I feel like I need to make more of an effort because some of that stuff really does interest me. I just don't go out of my way to watch it normally for whatever reason.
Well, I feel like if you're interested in something, you shouldn't need to make that much of an effort, right?
Right.
You should want to make that effort.
Some of it's like,
feel like it.
As an American, I need to watch our country succeed at the Olympic Games. Or something. But
I will say, if I'm channel surfing and I see some Olympics, I might stop for 10 seconds versus 2, so I might get a little bit.
Ooh, if that were a website, that would be huge. Huge.
What's that?
I don't know. like if you were the whole website bounce rate thing, like 10 seconds is probably.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, just so you know, right now, just because I still have it on, looks like men's figure skating, and I have 13 minutes left.
Wait, what?
Before I'm done. Canada.
Before you're done?
Before it's done, because they give you 30 minutes of the free. Streaming stuff.
Yeah. I will say the ski jumping is pretty cool.
I do like that.
Fly through the air for like ever, and they're literally like Superman for a few seconds.
I do like that too.
Bobsledding is something I was just telling someone about that I was pretty interested in. I'm sorry, it's kind of cool, but then also the luge is similar. I mean, more dangerous, I'm sure, but sure. Yeah, the fact that you're going as fast as you are on your back and. I don't know, kind of neat.
That's snowboarding I like too, but I never see it.
Curling,
Curling, I've seen that.
It's so weird. It's almost cool because it's so weird. Yeah. Well, cool. I didn't realize there were as many options out there as there are, Tony. Thanks for.
I think there has to be with all these devices nowadays.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure every service wants to be on every device just because that's more ad revenue. That's at the very least. That's more everything. If they're on your device, then they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Thanks for doing all that research.
Yeah.
And next, what we're going to talk about is what grinds our gears.
You know what really grinds my gears?
And this is, if you haven't watched the program before, or listened to the program, this is tech we feel needs improvement. And today is kind of a weird one. There was one, I was telling Tony, there was one topic that someone mentioned to me that I couldn't remember offhand. So instead what I'm going with is something that's more recent, which is, as of today, salt spreading. And for whatever reason, this is something that it really grinds my gears, all right? Essentially, because if you get, one thing I didn't write down here is just even obtaining salt. So first of all, I've learned, through the years since I've had my own places that it's not cost effective to get anything but the giant thing of rock salt from, or what do they call it? Softener salt, right? From the gas stations. Even if it is, I hate to hear that it's apparently bad on dogs' paws or whatever. But I mean, you'd go through a whole, like, if you get one of those little things, you're going to go through that every time you need to, every time there's ice, basically.
Well, yeah, it's like $15 to $20 for one of those big bags with all the, calcium chloride and all the extra chemicals and junk and stuff.
Right, exactly. So that's just the first part that bugs me. But along with that, if you try to spread it out, if you're just like trying to put it out like bird seed, it's just super inefficient, I think. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's what most people actually have to end up doing. But not only does it take longer and all that, but you're not going to have it at it's not going to be spread out consistently in theory, right? So what I ended up switching to or trying at one point, I've had a couple of different of these is sort of the seed spreaders that are, I think they're meant for spreading other things, and I think salt is potentially one of those. But those things really do jam up pretty easily. Have either of you by chance used one of those before?
Wheaten feed spreader?
Yeah, anything like And what was your experience?
Don't jam up.
Yours doesn't jam up.
Well, here's the thing. I have noticed it jams up if you use older stuff, or if it's sat in there and got a little wet and then hardened.
Maybe it jams up if you put salt in it.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm asking. Have you guys used it for spreading salt?
Yes, I have. No, I have actually. I've got a bigger one that you can push, and you can put a whole bag in, or you can use the hand one. Now, I have used the one where you push it, and it does jam up, and you got to stick a broom handle down there and try to get. But the little handheld one I've tried. Here's the thing: it's effective, but I live on a corner. Mm-hmm. And you know how many times I'd have to refill that thing 20 times to do my sidewalk. So honestly, what I do now is I take an old coffee can with a garbage can. I fill up the garbage can and I just go walk down the sidewalk, dragging it behind me, and I dump it out.
Do you have wheels on your garbage can?
Little Rubbermaid garbage can. So not like Home Alone. Creepy guy garbage can,
but there's no wheels on the garbage can though.
No.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So the one that I've at this point that I'm still using is actually the hand one, and that's the first thing I had tried at my old place, and then when I moved to my new place, I ended up getting one of the push ones that I think you were referring to, first off, that thing was just kind of a giant pain to actually assemble first, and then. It worked pretty well, and it was kind of neat. It had like a cover that you put over the top. It holds a lot of salt. You put a cover over the top, and then it's got these little weighted flaps on the side, so that if you want to put those down, so that the salt doesn't go everywhere, on the sides. But the problem is that lasted like one season for me because the cable broke on it. The cable from I'm trying to remember how it even worked now, but it kind of like a lawnmower has the cable from the top of the handle down to the actual motor portion of it. I think that was used for adjusting the amount that got spread out.
Yeah.
And the only other issue with that when it was working was that you couldn't actually go, like I couldn't go easily up onto my patio stoop doing that, which was it was a little bit of an inconvenience there. Not that there's a lot on the patio stoop that you have to actually salt, but I'm not using that anymore because that cable broke. I mean, I'm sure I could get a replacement cable or something if I really wanted to, but I did switch back now to the hand one. It's been working okay. You just kind of got to get used to it. Like it still jams up a lot on me, but when it does that, it just got a quick mess with the dial on it, and it seems to work okay. And it gets it done pretty fast, honestly. But I don't live on a corner, so that's something I hadn't really considered. I could imagine you needing to refill it a lot.
Oh yeah.
But because of that, I think I refill it, once, usually when I'm salting. But the thing that came to mind, I don't know. Do you guys happen to know if they make snowblowers that do this, like just have like a salt device on the back? Because that seems like something they should have. I don't know. If they don't,
I've never seen it, but that's actually not a bad idea. I mean,
yeah,
maybe like a riding one.
Yeah, you could do that too.
It definitely have to be on a bigger 2-stage, something that can, push itself. Those little tiny single stage 2-cycle guys, they got pretty wimpy wheels, and you're going back and forth a lot. You're probably going to keep on re-salting the same area.
Yeah,
but those big 2-stage guys,
exactly.
They make one pass. That may actually not be a bad little attachment for the back end of it.
Sure.
Yeah, that could be something.
Just little things.
You may have something there, Shane.
Go ahead. Feel free to take my idea.
Patent pending.
I'm not making this thing. So. All right.
I'm taking.
I think that'll about do it for our grinds our gears. Let's start talking about some experience.
I did have one.
What's that?
I did have one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Why? I wish that they made more technology compatibility for old technology. Right? My house is filled with like late 90s and early 2000s gadgets, and stuff. And it's like sometimes have a hard time throwing that kind of tech away. And sometimes you can use it and repurpose it, but sometimes you can't. But I wish that they would allow you to utilize more of that stuff with newer tech. For example, for example, like the new with the Fire TV stick, right? Yeah. There's games and stuff on there, and I play with my kids. But it's kind of hard to play with the remote, and you can get a Bluetooth remote if you went and get the Amazon one. It's like $50. But what would be super cool, and I think you can do it, but it takes a lot of programming. You got to hack it. But take my old PS3 Sony, 6-axis, and pair it and use that. And you can, but you have to go through all these steps, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But what would be nice is if newer technology allowed more of that legacy kind of connections and interactions. And it's not just Bluetooth to controllers. I'm talking kind of everything.
Sure.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Yes.
I like it, but I find it hard for somebody to try to think about everything you might have, like if they're making a new product and how it might be able to work with an older device.
Yeah, or if there's a company that came out with the company that makes the stuff that connects to the other stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I see that. Okay.
Not the original manufacturer, but if there was a company out there that's all they did is just thought, how can we connect this with that and use their old tech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. I mean, so it's a little bit.
I just wish there was more of that.
Right. It's a little bit ironic because I'm agreeing with you, even though I'm such a big Apple fanboy, and they clearly are the opposite of that most of the time.
That's true.
So I like it's a slippery slope because there's this sort of graceful degradation sort of mentality, and I deal with this with doing websites, but it's kind of like trying to accelerate technology or trying to advance technology while also being backwards compatible at the same time, and it's. And I don't know if in the world of physical technology, if that's, hardware, if that's more so the case now. I know in the case of the web, it certainly is that the technology, like the upgradability, like how fast a browser gets updated has accelerated more and more over time. Thanks to the fact that Microsoft is finally doing a browser that's on a rapid release schedule now, but. In the world of hardware, that's probably not necessarily the case. Like you look at Apple, and they're removing headphone jacks. They're going to strictly USB-C now. That kind of stuff. Yeah, that's difficult. They make adapters at least. They're selling them. They're not great.
It also people do complain about that. I mean, there's people that are like all for the future, but then there are people like, I mean, how many people have USB? What is it, B, and A, those connectors, and then now to just switch over to USB-C. I mean, that's such a small thing, but actually it's a huge thing, really, if you think about it. Because I still, as much as I hear about USB-C, out there like crazy. I think the only thing I have right now that's USB-C is the Apple TV I have, which you don't even use USB-C.
Oh,
I
does
don't
it
even know why
have
they
it on
have
it?
that.
They actually have it on there.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy new tech.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and every time I see new tech come out, I drool over it. I love it.
You want to use that old stuff.
Yeah, I love. One of my, kind of little hobby that I have is repurposing old tech.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun. You know, I've got like an old SVHS deck that that I use to convert to DVD.
What is
and as a super VHS. It was like it was kind of like a step between. It was, you know, when they went to beta to VHS, they lost a lot of quality. Right. Actually, beta was a lot more quality. It was a wider tape, but
it was.
SVHS lost that. Well, with Super or SVHS was like Super, basically it added another channel to give you a lot better video and audio quality. So. A lot of
beta was better, but the only thing that was lacking was the storage.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I just love repurposing tech, and you know, if I can use it with new tech, it's just kind of a little hobby of mine. And I really like. I enjoy doing that. I just wish there was a company out there that would kind of do more of that. Not that the manufacturer like Apple has to do it, or like the or Amazon has to do it. But if there was like maybe that's an idea for, you know, a middle company, you know, a company between, you know, old tech and new tech that's all they do is just make adapters and software for writing old to new and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe you could be the guy to do that.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go.
The
sky's the limit, right?
Some with legacy in the name.
Dude, I still have like old SO DIMMs and stuff in my basement, you know, or 32-pin Sims. I've got 32-pin Sims for like 386s in my basement.
Yeah, I got crap like
that. No, probably never repurposed, but I mean, kind of
sure, you can repurpose those. Let's do it
as art.
I still have some 486 motherboards down there. I could probably throw something.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what do you do with your old stuff? Like, I was thinking, like, maybe there could be some company that you could sell it to almost if it was too old, like some of that stuff. Well, I don't know, like, who would take that, and I'm sure you wouldn't get much for it, but
I know
you would be surprised. There are some companies out there, even like my brother works for the railroad, and they utilize really old tech for their servers, and they run it on. And what they've done is they're still running the very old software that they used in like the 80s and early 90s. They're just running it all on emulators, but they're still utilizing that old software because it worked and it was simple. So it was kind of funny because I've watched him log in, and he logs in on like a Windows 10 PC, and he, you know, gets in there, but then it gets it's like it's green, you know, green letters on a black background, and it's super rudimentary, and you know you're pressing keys for drop down menus, and it's kind of funny to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing I can say you can repurpose old hardware for, though, is art, because I've got it's back here, but actually maybe I can bring it up here quick. This is gonna be real quick, like a piece like this, where it's like a butterfly thing that's using an old power supply.
Nice.
There you go.
This is a piece of art an old boss of mine had given some of the employees, but yeah, that's one possibility.
Maybe it's an idea for one of your shows.
That's actually got like a butter knife on it too, or something. But
that is nice.
Tech recycling.
It's something, yeah.
Or I mean, you can take it to your local recycling. I mean, at least our local recycling.
Yeah, that's
center.
like the only thing to do is to take it to recycling.
Yeah.
And
all right, I'm off my soapbox.
there is actually also, and Tony, I don't know if I saw this recently. I know because for like old tube TVs, you know, at the recycling center they would charge you $20, $25, something like that. I did read something recently that there's a place nearby that might actually take them for free still. So there's apparently other options like that. But
I chopped mine up with a Sawzall and threw it in the garbage can.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you
Tony,
guys
It was,
see me?
if you're very careful, if you look it up on YouTube, what is that?
Tony, is your video off on purpose?
Something just happened. My Skype just went away.
Oh no.
Well, wow, it doesn't. Hold on. Just
okay.
keep going.
Yeah, we're
See,
good.
the thing is, if you break the tube, it can shatter because it's going to vacuum.
Sure.
And it can shatter at you. So the safest thing to do is you bust off all the plastic, you throw that in the garbage, you just put the face of it down, and then what you do is you take a little hammer and just kind of tap the ray tube on the top, just enough where it cracks the seal, and all of a sudden you hear like a suction, like a.
Oh gosh.
And as soon as it goes away, then you can break it up and throw it away.
So there is environmental concerns, though, right? That's I think part of the reason they want you to recycle.
Environment.
Maybe that's what that sound was, and you just like inhaled a bunch of something you shouldn't have. Or I don't know.
No, it was the vacuum sucked in the atmosphere. Okay. It got rid of harmful gases.
Okay.
Well, I know that those tube displays, they hold a charge for a long time, and if you open those up, you can get actually electrocuted in them.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad you
I
didn't,
mean,
Richard.
if you didn't use it for a while, that's fine.
All right.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah.
This is like this whole episode's been a public service for kids, apparently.
That's right.
The more you know.
Okay. Well, I think we are now probably about ready to move on to talk about some of our experience with new tech apps or software. Let's do this thing.
XP Boost.
And Tony is going to take it away, I believe, tonight. Is that right?
What? What am I doing? Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that's right. Anyway, I'm doing the XP boost now, and mine is my experience with switching internet service providers. Woo-hoo. And, okay, kind of backing up to when I first moved into my house, I'm like, all right, going with Uverse, at&t. I think you probably had it at the time, Shane. It's probably I'm like, all right, I'll go with them. I'll give them a shot. Yeah, what are Richard's? But anyway, I don't know. I know Shane kind of he probably has more experience battling with the internet service providers than I do. But anyway, I went with them, and they made you at the time buy the gateway, which was kind of like their DSL modem, wireless device at the time, and it was I think it was like $100 or something like that. And I'm like, well, I don't have anything, so let's try this out. So installation was free, so that was good too. And I was getting, I think the package I signed up for, I think at the time it was 15 megabits per second, and it was like $50. And then over time they're like, we increased your speed for no reason. So then they went up to, I think by the time, yeah, they did a couple of that. So they went up to, I think for the last couple of years, I think it was at 18. And I got to give it to them. Year after year, price did not change at all. Really like that. When I heard time and time again from other cable companies, from I think Spectrum or Time Warner at the time, oh yeah, every year my bill goes up, or every year this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, it's pretty good. I don't have any issue with that. So I just kind of just stayed the same. But then after a while, I kept hearing like, well, you're getting what speed? You should be getting something faster for that amount. So after a while of hearing that, I really didn't I kind of just played it off. I'm like, well, why fix something that's not necessarily broken? So I kind of just kept doing what I'm doing. But then after a while, I did notice that, downloading I would say Warcraft updates and Blizzard updates, my maybe Netflix would sort of time out, and the streaming would slow down or stop when I was doing those big updates, or it could be Windows updates or anything like that. So I'm like, really? Even if it's 18 megabits per second, that's should it be doing that? But then it's like, all right, maybe I should start looking into something like this. So then, and then also kind of talking with you, Shane, you're like, just call our retention department and, just threaten to quit right away. And, then they'll try to give you something. So I did talk to at&t, and, they got me something better. But I didn't really know it at the time, which anyway, they said that, for a little bit, I think they kept my bill the same, but then they increased my speed up to 22 or 23 3 megabits per second. And again, this is DSL. This isn't cable. Like DSL, you're dedicated at that speed, although I never really saw it either. You know, it's like the theoretical speed. But it was more consistent, I would say, than what I'm noticing with cable, but I'll get into that later. So I signed up for that. They're like, it's great, you know, we won't increase your price, this, that, and the other. We're gonna have somebody come out. And I was puzzled by that. I'm like, why do you need somebody to come out? I have all the equipment. Can't you just do something on your end? You know? But little did I know they had to give me a new box that they paid for, or that I would have to, you know, pay for monthly instead of all at once like I did the last time. Also, I should back up a little bit. When I paid, when I got that gateway, they did something wrong and they double charged me. They ended up taking off that charge, so I really didn't pay for a gateway at that time. So I kind of got that for free. So that's also another plus for AT&T. But anyway, to now when I'm switching, so when the guy came to, you know, I said, you know, okay, let's do the update to, I think, 24 megabits per second and the same bill. The guy came out and, first of all, he was like 2 hours late, which I didn't care for. And one thing he told me that when he was just swapping out another box, but they didn't tell me I was going to be paying a monthly bill for that too. So my bill was a little higher than it was before. And he said that AT&T did not do it where you could use your own device. You had to always use their device, and it was an additional $7 a month. And I was like, well, nobody really told me that. Or I might have considered doing my own. So I'm like, all right, whatever, just get that up. He's already an hour and a half, 2 hours late, so I'm just kind of want the guy out of my house. You know, I want to get going with whatever I had to do that day. So I got that kind of set up. He said, yeah, you probably don't want to change the password, the default password on here. And I'm like, the first thing I'm going to do is change the default password on there. I'm just a little bit more secure than that. I mean, I set up my own, you know, network, password, SID ID, you know, all that stuff. So he kind of told me not to. I wonder if I don't know what this guy was all about. I didn't really care for him. You know, I'm like, you know, I'm not one of your brain dead clients here. I kind of know some things. Just kidding. But I just think he just if he would have acknowledged that, sorry I was late, something like that, I might have been a little bit more, you know, give him a benefit of the doubt or something. But he just came in like he knew it, and he told me not to do anything that I clearly was going to do. And I did change the password, and I kind of got the security set up on that gateway, and it was like, you know, no, there was no issues with that. But anyway, it was kind of locked down too. Like you really couldn't set up your own security on it, like you could, let's say, a cable modem, you know, through like maybe Spectrum, or if you want to tinker with it yourself to maybe secure your device a little bit more. So you know, I gave that new service a couple months, and then I would say maybe a month or two ago is when I actually like you know what, I'm gonna switch over. Let's do this. I'm gonna go to Spectrum. They have the introductory rate, which was cheaper than what I was paying now. Plus, the speed is they claim the speed is bigger too, which it is. So the first thing I did was call AT&T, want to cancel. Of course, they're gonna try to keep you to stay, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like talking to these people, because they just want to sales pitch me into trying to do something that I clearly already made my mind, and I just want to stay, and I don't want to tangle with that. So anyway, I went through it. They said in my neighborhood that the best they could do was 100 megabits per second. I mean, 50 megabits per second was the most they could do with AT&T Uverse. And I'm like, well, thanks for checking. Whatever. You know, I think I'm gonna go. Can we cancel now? How does this work? Do I need to have a new service installed already, or do you guys cancel like every month when a month period ends for a pay or whatever?
And they said, no, you must stay. No,
no, right. But anyway, he said that we canceled like the day of. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna call you back when I'm all set and ready to go. And he's like, okay. And then I'm just thinking, oh god, I'm gonna have to go through the whole spiel again. Like, let's see what we can do to get you to stay. You know, because but I didn't have to really do that too much. Anyway, so I got my cable modem because I didn't want to do their monthly one, because their monthly one with their package of $45 a month, where for the introductory rate, I think it just comes with the router, but you're paying it monthly. I forget how much it is, but then
it's like $5.
It's $5. But then, you know, like if you want a wireless one, I think you got to pay a little bit more. So I don't know. I didn't even care to look at that. I'm just like, all right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna get mine. I got a surfboard. I went a little higher on it just because I wanted that a little bit future proofing. You know, just for you know, whatever. I didn't want to get something that was gonna be a little outdated because I do like the speeds. And then I went to Spectrum and online, and it couldn't be easier to just order it. I just did that. I'm like a new customer. Got it. Uncheck the, you know, or check that I have my own modem, and then great. And then they had the. I'm like, I probably have to take off work or something. I mean, I'm thinking old school where, you know, you had to wait between like, you know, 10 o'clock on a Tuesday to like 3 p.m. next Saturday to wait for the cable guy. That's like the old school, you know, the stereotype. But no, like. It's probably a 2-hour window, and they had a Saturday option. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. So I picked that, and that was great. So, and they were on time. They might have been a tad early. These guys definitely knew what they were doing.
I was going to say, Tony, if you need it, they actually have 1-hour windows as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought that whole process was great. The guys came. I felt bad because my dog was barking at the new person. She's a sweetheart, but he obviously didn't know, and I think he was a little scared because she's kind of a big girl. I felt bad. And he wasn't having it, too. He's like, I just want to get my work done, and I want to leave. He was kind of like, which is, I can't fault him for that. Obviously, he wants to do it. But he was coming up in the backyard, and she was running right to the gate where he was, and he kind of closed it, like, oh, my God, what you going to do? You know, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, she's okay. I'm coming. Come on, Sammy, come over here. Anyway, they had to go up on a pole, turn something on.
Then she tackled him. No?
No. But yeah, and then he set up, you know, the cable outlet and made sure everything was working. Although I already configured my my cable modem before he even got there too. I wanted to be ready to go. But then he wanted me to test it and said if there's any questions, whatever, you know, call this number or whatever. I haven't had any issues with it. The only thing is just getting up to speed with the just the different options on my cable modem, but that's not really on Spectrum. That's more on me. And I've done different speed tests over the days, and some average. I mean, it's. I think the highest I've seen is 60, and then the lowest is maybe 30. But the way I'm looking at it is anything over what I had before, I think, is a win. And I'm also paying less. So, and then on top of that, I also know like it's good for a year. I'm not, you know, I know, and then it'll jump up. But when it jumps up, it's still a little bit less than what I was paying at AT&T. So that's also how I'm looking at it. So right now, I think I'm sitting pretty with Spectrum. I don't know. It's been good. The only thing that really sucks is because I do have Alexa and I do have some smart home devices like lights and switches. It's kind of a pain to switch all that over to a different Wi-Fi network.
Yeah.
That took a while. And then I also have a Nest, too, a thermostat. And the easiest thing is probably your iPhone and a computer. So, I mean, everything else is kind of a pain, but I got it all done. It's all set up now, so I'm pretty good. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys have had any similar experiences. Shane?
I've gone back and forth about 5 times between AT&T and Time Warner, and I will likely be switching, which you might guess has something to do with the technical difficulties on this very podcast. Come next month at the latest, I think, because as someone on this current program may have informed me, apparently they will buy out your current contract at Spectrum.
Yeesh.
I wonder who it was.
Yeah, full disclosure, I work for Spectrum.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, surprise!
Oh, this whole time. What? No, but I mean, so I can honestly say, I think, Tony, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you had these notes written out before you probably even noticed Richard was coming on tonight. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said
so
already.
This was not planned. This was not planned.
No, there's no way.
It's not a plug for Spectrum.
Richard's not like threatening me if I don't talk good only about Spectrum. I'm
gonna share this on buy sell trades in my area, my sales area next.
And I'll even say, maybe it took Spectrum.
Tony, Abel approved.
Yeah.
I mean, I will even say that it took maybe Spectrum a little bit to kind of get in the groove here, and when they bought out Time Warner, but like my mom, I know she initially was having some cost issues, but she's still with them because I think they did end up doing something for her, and she's, at one point I think they got it upgraded her to a. God only knows why she needs to record 6 things at once, but a 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there DVR boxes with that capability? Jeez, I'm out of it.
Yeah. So I gotta say this. I've been through 2 large company mergers. I was with Singular when AT&T bought them and then rebranded everything AT&T. There was a lot of infighting between the wireless and wireline counterparts. And unfortunately, customers suffer. And the same kind of thing happened here too when Charter purchased Time Warner. There was some infighting between reps, and unfortunately, some customers had to pay the price for some of that, bad attitudes and things like that. I talk to a lot of people every single day, and their main frustration was actually not too much. Pricing was one, not the service. It was mostly that they called in and they had someone that was just rude. It's unfortunate we have 2 large companies come together, you get infighting, but like Shane said, they've kind of worked all that out. Now a lot of it is they've kind of swept the rug with a lot of Time Warner. They've kept the best parts and got rid of the worst, and they've really done a good job with hiring new customer service, new sales, and getting rid of people that were not nice, I guess you could say. So
that's a good idea.
So yeah, a lot of people that left before that happened. It's just like it's hard to it's like I almost wish I could apologize to those people. But people that stuck it out now realize, Spectrum they're pretty good. So.
Yep, and I think maybe they even reduced my mom's bill or something recently. I want to say, but because she is still with them, and that's like I said, that's my plan here. Unless AT&T pulls off some miracle within the next month or so, but I don't know how possible that is. But looking forward to that because, like I think I mentioned before, I believe I'm at about 45 meg at this point download. So yeah,
I will say this too, Tony. I was gonna say, you might want to. You say you're getting anywhere between 30 and 60.
That's what I've. Whenever I try to do the speed test, I would say I'm about that.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I mean, did you didn't do a self? You said you had an installer come. You may want to see if there's anything that they can do because so far every customer that I've talked to, they've actually gotten over the 100 meg.
Really?
Yeah, me at my house, I get 115. I was actually just talking to a customer that I had recently set up, and I said, "So how's the internet?" They're like, "It's awesome." I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's at 140."
Whoa.
And so, so everyone that I have talked to that has been recently installed has been actually over the 100 meg mark. So there could be just some bleeding in the coax, or maybe even just like a router reconfiguration that they can help you with. But I mean, I know when you buy your own router, you have to do your own configuration. They can't really technically support it, but they can at least give you the data that you can plug in. So I'm just saying, a lot of my customers are getting over the 100 mark. So
good to know.
Good to know.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah, because I gotta say,
and 10-minute upload.
Even after because I'm paying 40, I think was what they reduced me, and that was a pretty dramatic reduction. than from what I was paying. And then recently, I think last month, I looked at my bill and it was up to like 67, and I'm like, okay. So I had to call them, and at first it took forever. It took so much time, and mind you, I think the person I was speaking to was maybe new, but it did take several just to get, because at first they were gonna be like, oh yeah, your promo's up. I'm like, no, no, it's not. Trust me on this. And they said, but they eventually figured it out. But that's, like I said, that's only going to be for another, month or two tops before I end up switching, because I made sure, I was like, so just making sure my contract's still up in March, right? She confirmed that. So I will, very likely be switching. But at any rate, it'd be great. It'd be great for video streaming. I think just having some faster speed there. Well, cool. I think is that about it then for tonight, Tony?
Yeah, I think I got everything.
Got it all in there? Yeah.
Got it all in there.
Look at you.
I guess the other thing was that, what was that? Spectrum did charge for installation. I don't know. They don't have free installation.
Well, they do if you bundle. So basically, if you don't bundle, then they charge installation.
Oh yeah, I only did internet. I didn't do TV or anything else. So yeah. I don't know if I disclosed that or not, but yeah, ISP internet service. So yeah.
Was that like $100 installation though?
Should be 50.
50.
All right, that's not bad.
That wasn't too bad, but yeah, just something to maybe well-rounded.
It's basically like a security deposit, kind of like it's a 1 month payment, right? Sort of thing, kind of. Is that, or what? What was yours going to be? What is your monthly payment then, Tony?
Mine?
Yeah.
45. 45.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's.
All right, I set it all up. I did the little whatever the auto pay is. I kind of do that on certain things now.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like after my year's up of paying $40 a month, that's going to get jacked back up to $67 anyway with AT&T. So yeah, I may as well go to the 45, right? for a lot faster potentially.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if you'd like to write into us, our email address is techiespodcast@gmail.com. We are on Facebook and Twitter at techiespodcast. And I've been actually trying to make a little more of an effort to post on Twitter lately, I think. But it's, yeah. Anyway,
what's Twitter?
I say this every time. Yeah, it's not, I don't know. I still swear I'd use it more if their notification system were easy to manage, I should say, because it's like every time I try, it's either all notifications or none, so I don't end up getting notified, basically. But you can find us on iTunes if you go to our website, niceguynetwork.com/techies. We have a link in there. We are also on Alpha Geek Radio and Stitcher, and we record Sundays at 6, 7 Central on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All of those now got it actually working today consistently, so that's good. You can find Tony still at Why Not Big T, Tony?
Sure, I'm still up there.
Shane at Shave Maddox. Me at Shave Maddox. Richard, are you on Twitter? Did we ask this last time?
I check it maybe once every other month. Gotcha. So if you like, I think it's just Richard Webster.
Gotcha.
So
very original. No.
Yes.
No, that's good. It's good.
I have one of the original Gmail Richard.Websters.
Nice. Yeah, I recently changed. I got a Gmail that was closer to what my name is, and it's except it's a little bit different than I would have liked. But anyway, without disclosing my email. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Real quick, thank you to. I wanted to say Drew, which was on a previous episode. Drew, Eric, and Will all joined the chat, and were saying things, and I didn't realize it until we were like most of the way through the episode, unfortunately. But actually, maybe I can say some of that stuff right now. Drew said, "Shane Nation, Fire TV games are bull." I don't know what ONY is though. Well, you can only backwards support so far back. Otherwise, it's a bleep ton of work. I mean, should it also have a port for the N64 controller? I thought that was how about an Atari 2600 controller? And then Tony will squeak your USB.
I still got one of those.
Tony doesn't.
And then Eric had said, I have to do that at my cheap bleep. Nah, I can say ass. Cheap ass school all the time. I don't know what he was referring to exactly. Something what you were talking about, I think, Tony. But and then Will was just saying, "What's up, guys? May the force be with you." So there you go. Shout outs to those. And anyone else that joined, including Mike and Richard was in here, it looks like. So think that'll about do it. What do you guys think? Think that'll about do it for this evening?
Works for me.
I think so. Thank you, Richard, again for coming on, especially last minute. Really do appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely, anytime.
Find more shows at Nice Guy Network. Also, thanks, Tony. Find more shows at NiceGuyNetwork.com. That's our show. Thanks for listening. And until next time, take her easy.
Try again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it.
Che?
Yep. I don't know how I saw I was like, why is no one commenting? And then all of a sudden I see 10 comments in the upper right, and I had to click on it to get them to show up for some reason. But that's too bad.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I got to take off.
All right. No probs.
All right.
Thanks again.
Absolutely. You guys have a good night.
Yep, you
You
too.
too. Thanks again.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep.
That's what happens. So wait, what's the slowdown?